I Googled all kinds of videos to try to find out if this lady,
Meryl Streep,
had ever helped out anybody that has a disability, and I did not find it. Just a bunch of talk. One of my friends said today, yeah, you know, Meryl Streep has a bunch of millions of dollars. How come she doesn't help him? Then another friend responded, well, what millionaire does, you know? They all just want more money and they don't help nobody, or do they? You'll be surprised.
I think you are so beautiful, and both inside and out. I had a little something, a little gift that I gave to Maury, who's a friend of mine, and a very good golfer. Don't ever play him in golf. He's very, very good, believe me. And I gave him a little gift for you, and I hope you and your mother have a good time with it. And you're very special, and you just keep it up and keep up that attitude. So good luck, and you stay in touch.
So, Donald Trump, he has his name on more buildings in New York City than any other person. And besides that, he is one of the most generous people I know. And he wants you and your mom to have a very special check. And when we talk about Donald Trump, when he gives out checks, we're not talking chump change here. This is big time.
How about vets? You know what's going on with vets? For the past 16 years, 16 years we're talking about 2 different presidents already. Oh, but who would help the vets though, right? You know, I wonder who though. He's gonna stand up for these vets and they cannot even get a wheelchair, dude, because their insurance doesn't pay for it. How messed up is that? You know, that you go and fight for this country, you come back to this country, and you can even get a modern wheelchair just because the veteran insurance tells you that they cannot afford it. Now, who would help him? How about Donald Trump? You better hear from the horse's mouth.
That's a perfect family, beautiful family. Go ahead, Joe.
I just wanted to ask, one of the real struggles after 21 years of active Army service, especially with the 101st Airborne that deployed constantly. What else, with the current administration, warrior care is lacking, to say the least, and especially after, post-service. My wife, April, here is my full-time caregiver, compensated by the VA. I don't work anymore since I was told I was leaving the Army. What else will the Trump administration do better than the Obama administration?
Is the VA not doing the job?
My wife could help you with that.
Right now, he needs some more treatment, and I'm being told from the VA that you have to go through this new choice program, but we can't get the appointment. Like, he's not all the time in the wheelchair, but... Oh, yeah.
You're going to write out your card, and I am going to put pressure on the VA like you won't believe. Let's see if we can get that, right? Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. Okay, so we're going to have, hey, I tell you what, as president, I can guarantee it. As Trump, I can say I'll probably be able to pull it off anyway. Because they know it won't stop. It'll be easier to take Todd and just say, look, we're going to work with you, Todd, okay? So will you get me that number and everything, and we'll make sure that everything gets... And somebody else, who else over here? You had problems with the VA also, huh? Terrible? I just hear terrible. And we're going to solve that problem. You know, it can be solved because the waits now for the VA are longer than they've ever been. Oh, it's nice to see you people back there. It's about time. What am I doing there? Why didn't you give me this? But the waits now are worse than they've ever been. Thousands of people dying waiting for a doctor. Okay, dying. And you find the same thing. You say, you have to use your own because they won't do anything. So we're going to take care of our vets, and we're going to take care of the VA, and it's going to be, and one of the things we're going to be releasing pretty soon, but one of the things we're going to do with the VA, we have a lot of hospitals that aren't doing any business. We have a lot of private doctors that could do more business. We're losing a lot of our doctors because of Obamacare. They're retiring, they're leaving. One of them, a friend of mine, said, I have more nurses working for me now than ever before, but I have more accountants. And the end result is a disaster. He's getting out of the business. He's got nurses, but he's got more accountants than he has because the paperwork is so crazy. So one of the things we're going to do is, if Todd or if you or if somebody has problems because of the waits, because the waits are unbelievable, 5, 6, 7 days sometimes, they're going to go to a private doctor, they're going to go to a private hospital or a public hospital that's in the area, and we're going to pay for that, and it's going to cost less money. It's going to cost less money than the system we have now, and you're going to end up getting much better care.
I'm not here to tell you that I'm be a Trump supporter or a Hillary supporter. I just want to support the truth and don't believe the bullshit.
I got to know Donald Trump after he spoke here in 2012, and I learned so much about him that the public never hears, and I wanted to share that with our audience. Right after he visited here last time, I called him about a large Christian ministry in another state that needed some help. I learned within a day or two he had donated $100,000 of his own money. He learned about Clyde Frazier Jr., who ran the Harlem Hoops tournament in the inner city and was killed in the 9/11 attacks, and he searched down the family and he donated the money to keep that tournament going. Example after example like that of just generosity that never made it into the public's eye.
Donald Trump has shown this far that he does care about people with disabilities. Until you come out with something to prove that you care, they will probably pay attention at you. Otherwise,
Donald did help out Sergeant Tamarisi. He sent him money to help him jumpstart his life. Sergeant Tamarisi rotted in a Mexican prison for 214 days. President Obama wouldn't even pick up the phone to help.